Every single year on New Year's Day, I make a video about how I make my videos. This year, I'm doing it for the, I think, 6th time, so kind of crazy. But anyway, let's go. So step number 1 is thinking of an idea. Now, in my opinion, the worst possible way to think of an idea is to sit down at your desk and actively try to think of an idea. More often than not, you're going to end up with a crappy result that you don't know much about, and it's going to be harder to get information on it. So I'll usually think of an idea at like a random point throughout the day. Maybe I'm talking to a friend, testing, I don't know, an app like Notability, or I watch a video and I get inspiration from that, that kind of stuff. So once I find an idea that I like, I need to create a layout for it. Now either I'll just run this layout, this video structure in my head, or I'll blurt it out in a Notability note. And creating this layout lets me know if I actually have something good to say, or my video is just completely useless. Oh yeah, and by the way, these layouts are not scripts. I don't script my videos. What you hear me saying isn't written down anywhere. So at this point, I have my idea and my structure locked in. Now it's time to film. And I gotta be really real with this one. Filming is one of the most frustrating parts of this. You gotta make sure everything's charged up, set up your gear, look nice and pretty for the camera. I don't know why I did that. I can explain, I promise. Anyway, what gear do I use? As for the camera, last year I used to film with a Nikon Z7 II that had a 24-70 lens. Absolutely amazing camera. This year, you'll be happy to know that I'm filming using my iPhone. Specifically, it's a 15 Pro base storage, and I particularly like the 15 Pro because of, ProRes, log, USB-C. I have other reasons as to why I switched from the Z7 II, but I think that deserves another video, so I guess stay tuned for that. Now you'll notice in all these older videos, I was holding my phone up to my face like this. My phone was my microphone because no one in my family really needed a microphone, so my phone was the best one we had. And smartphone microphones are actually really good. I mean, we just got that whole Michael Bublé audio layering on iPhone 16 Pro commercial. So the audio quality wasn't the problem. It was the fact that I was holding it up to my face like this. It got really annoying to watch for a lot of people, and so I just decided to invest. So I ended up getting the Hollyland Lark M2, and it has its benefits. Yes, its audio quality is comparable to that of an iPhone, but it's always on you. It's barely larger than a shirt button, and there are two, so you could just have one, and then you can hand one over to your friend. And the smartphone USB receiver is actually pretty small. And like the case, I mean, this is literally just an AirPods case. Except instead of earphones, it's a microphone. So yeah, I would recommend this, and I mean, there's also a reason why it's a popular mic, right? Now, since I record my footage in 4K 30 ProRes log, I needed to have an external SSD. And so my weapon of choice is a SanDisk Extreme SSD. I also take this with me whenever I go on trips, and so I needed to put an AirTag on it so that I don't lose it while traveling. But yeah, it's a small, portable, 1 terabyte drive for this kind of stuff. Pretty self-explanatory. By the way, just a fun fact, a 1 terabyte SSD can hold 2 hours and 30 minutes of 4K ProRes footage. 1 terabyte filled up in 2.5 hours. Crazy. And by the way, that 1 terabyte is $400 in Apple language. On my phone, I've started using Blackmagic Camera. It's not the prettiest app when compared to something like Final Cut Camera or Kino, but the sheer amount of features it has for free is unmatched. And I also have Blackmagic Camera on my iPad so that I can use the iPad as like a video monitor. Like here, if you want to see what it looks like, there it is. And also, there's my monitor. I put up an image pertaining to the theme of the video, so this time it's red because of YouTube. And then I got an LED strip around the monitor for ambient lighting. If you wanted to know, this is how it looks like when it's turned off. This is how it looks like when it's turned on. So in terms of actually filming, I do a lot of takes of the same sentence, but I just record from like 1 to 4 massive clips. So when I start recording, the goal is that I don't hit stop recording until I've actually finished talking. Now, a lot of this recording is really just fluff. I'll finish saying a sentence, then I'll get up, and I'll walk around my room, and I'll just keep on going, walking around, and I'll say another sentence, to myself and I'll keep on going over and over it again. And then I sit back down and I finally say that sentence again. It's a weird thing. So now when I'm finished recording, I take this drive, plug it into my Mac, and I open up my editing application, which is, drumroll please, Final Cut Pro. It's smooth as butter, easy to navigate, well designed, love it. So I'll import all my clips, and the first thing that I need to do is color correct. Now, in order to color correct my log footage, I use this method from Tyler Stallman, and I have his video linked in the description. I highly recommend you go watch it. It is insanely helpful. Now, once I'm done color correcting, I need to fix the biggest gripe that I have with the iPhone's camera, which is the lack of natural bokeh, because the sensor is so small. So what I'll do is I'll take all the clips in my timeline and turn them into a compound clip. Then I'll duplicate this compound clip and stack the two on top of each other. So in the bottom layer, I'll apply a slight Gaussian blur, and then in the top layer, I'll use magnetic mask to isolate myself from the background. I have a short in the description that explains how to do just that. So after I wait a few hours for this process to finish, bada bing, bada boom, I have a blurred background. Of course, it's not going to be as good as if I had like a big sensor, but it's better than nothing. I then export my clip and I start a new project so that my file size is reduced and I'm not dealing with this massive ProRes file that eats up all my storage. So in this new project, I'll just Command B, split my clips so that I get rid of all the fluff and all the bad takes. And then I'll add some overlays, whether it be images, screen recordings, other videos that I filmed on my phone, or text. No, it's nothing too crazy. So now I export that clip, and now I just have a couple more things to do. So the thumbnail is a pretty simple process. I create it in Adobe Photoshop, and after I finished creating my whole video, it's pretty easy to think of a thumbnail. Now I need to make my subtitles. Now to make these subtitles, I use an application called MacWhisper. It utilizes OpenAI's technology to generate subtitles based on an audio file. And it's actually a lot more accurate than Final Cut Pro's transcribe to captions feature. So after all of that, I can take this video, upload it to YouTube with the thumbnail and the subtitles, and that's it. And then I rinse and repeat this process for every single video. And I guess that's it for this one. So thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and also comment down below what you thought, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!